Wonderful evening and hearty greetings from School of Management. Hope everyone would have enjoyed and had an engaging session yesterday on application of emerging techniques available in management and social science research. This evening, we have a legendary guest speaker from the Kingdom of Morocco, Professor Dr. M. Dilip Kumar, who will share his insights on digital tools for thesis writing, referencing, and software for academic research. Dr. Dilip is a full professor of Africa Business School, Mohammed VI Polytechnic University, the Kingdom of Morocco. He is having 18 years of experience in teaching, academic administration, training, research, and consultancy. He has worked at many prestigious institutes in India and abroad. He is the editor of Qualitative and Quantitative Research Review, Malaysia, Journal of Business Management, Serial Publications, New Delhi, India. He is the editor member of Pertakina Journal of Science and Humanities, Scopus, the editorial member of several international journals. He worked as a corporate trainer in the areas of attitude development, effective habit management, goal setting, and career development, etc. Having the professional expertise of nearly 2 decades in institution building, teaching, training, research, and consultancy, he has contributed substantively to the academic and corporate services. Let me be pleased to read the requirement for participation in the smooth conduct of session. Dear participant, make sure that your laptop, desktop, mobile phone time is incompatible with Indian Standard Time. Please ensure strong internet access and stay away from all disruptions. Use microphone with headsets and appropriate stationery such as notepad and pen. Please mute your audio and post your queries in the chat box. Upon successful completion of each session, the feedback link will be shared in the chat box. The participants will receive an e-certificate who finishes all the FDP modules. Your kind cooperation is very much needed. Now, I request Dr. Dilip to begin the presentation, please. Sir, you can.
Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Professor Dilip Kumar. I'm from Morocco. My introduction is over. Today, my session is to inform you people, share little of my knowledge connected to digital tools available in research. So here we are trying to discuss amazing tools which we can use in our qualitative or quantitative research. Issue is which one I should use, which one I should not use. Many research scholars. Take an example of my first PhD program, which I had completed long back. In 2005-6, my PhD finished, and that the first PhD was from India, and it took around 5 years and 10 months to finish my PhD thesis. And the research, because of the resources available, because of the digital tools, a lack of availability of these tools, and likewise that made me to travel from one university to another university, searching the libraries and libraries and libraries, and this many softwares not available for the analysis part. We had gone through the SPSS package that particular time, maybe 12 or 10 or 12, or likewise that time exactly that what do you say, uh, the software version was going on. Now you see things have changed. Things have really changed with technology integration. So I would like to share this particular session is not to take you to particular software and make you understand that how the software is run, like structural equation modeling, MOs, structural equation modeling, PLS or rash analysis or R analysis, Python applications. No, this is not the thing. This is an awareness building process for the management graduates or the faculty members, or as well as the people across the world. Across the world. So this is my session today. Let me start with, it will be moving across towards maximum 1 hour, 1 minutes. And if I can accommodate your questions and likewise, definitely will be trying it. So basically, we need to understand the role of digital tools And a role of these digital tools comes up only when we understand a role of a research process. This research process have 7 stages, and you have to collect the data. Once you collect the data, only the tool applications coming, that on specific type of tools. But certain type of tools which we have to use before the data collection process, that we call it as systematic literature review softwares. But some other softwares which we have to use after the data collection process. So in this session, I'm trying to integrate these 2 stages, the digital tools which we can use before the data collection and the digital tools which we can use after the data collection. And as a novice researcher or faculty members of research or management or any type of discipline, you need to understand where we can use it. So this is exactly we are trying to distinguish. So these 7 processes connected to after data collection process. So I just inform you what is exactly these 7 type of, what I would say, the steps you have to follow. Why these digital tools are basically using. So in the after data collection process, you have to reduce the data. You have to display the data. You have to transform the data. You have to consolidate the data. And finally, you have to compare with the support of correlation techniques. And finally, you have to integrate it with the research questions and the objectives and the hypothesis you have formed, well, it is accepted or rejected and likewise. So data reduction include basically you are trying to integrate, sometimes you are trying to go ahead with full qualitative research, full quantitative research, and you are trying to integrate the qualitative with quantitative, and we can make use of software tools. So in the qualitative research, we are trying to build up the chords, categories, and thematic development. But in quantitative research, we try to look at confirmation, generalization, and prediction, and where you can make use of data reduction tools, applications, and you can settle that issue. And at the same time, in mixed method research, you can use both these softwares and you can integrate it. Once you try to reduce the data, what data I need it, what data I don't want it, then you are trying to look at the possibility of displaying it. This is more connected with the qualitative research in the form of sociogram, psychograms, and conceptual frames. You are trying to integrate software applications. But at the same time, in quantitative research, you are trying to look at more a tabular form of data. Means that a software or a digital tool will be converted, will help you to convert the qualitative data into quantitative forms, and finally converted it as tabular forms. So even in the qualitative research, a lot of softwares are there to support your videos, audios, all these conversations or verbatim records, and likewise everything possible. So our journey is to make you understand importance of display. So many softwares are supported. You can see that this is the way we try to display the networks, display the softwares, and likewise. Right. So this is also, you can see that a lot of networks applications we are, if you want to look at the social network and the social network analysis exactly connected with, and likewise, you can easily take an example of American election and how different communities are exactly making the conversation through Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, or any kind of social media platforms, and you can easily connect, and you can easily grab those connectivity between a person and the presidential candidate or the candidate's image and different kinds of variable which we are using. All right. So social analytics or social network analytics is the outcome of many digital tools. Once you get reduce the data and display the data, now it's a time for transformation. Once you transform, indicate that the qualitative data to be converted into a quantitative form, or quantitative data to be once again converted back to interpretation, and finally uh, the qualitative data. So where exactly numbers to be converted as text and text to be converted as numbers, we are making use of data transformation through softwares. Now, think about you think that correlation is a quantitative research. Of course, quantitative research, but application of this correlation is not for causation. Causation is possible only through causative type of tools available in statistics. This is more connected with a trend. It gives you an association, it gives you a relation, but it's never give you a causation. So in the case of quali, some digital tools are available to correlate the dimensions. But some, it is leading to, definitely leading to a correlation table, and you can see that how much it is strong correlation, weak correlation, partial correlation, or excellent correlation. These kind of ideas will be getting. So data correlation, you will be doing biserial correlations, cross tabulations, and multiple responses variable. There you have to make use of, what you would say, digital tools. Data consolidation is a stage where you get the quality. If you're fully quali means fully consolidation of data connected to qualitative research. If it is fully quantitative means that it is more connected to quantitative. There also software is going to support you. And finally, it is connected to the consolidation if it is making a mixed method research. You make the comparative analysis, and based on this comparative analysis, you are trying to look at the possibility of integration of text data, what you have arrived at through the text. Take an example, you started a qualitative research with the support of a software. You did the coding, categorizing, and theme development like Atlas. You did that software and you get this thematic analysis and you come up with a theme or a thematic model. Where you look at the quantitative research, they already have a data. They already have the data, and that data is already converted as theoretical frames and they already tested it. So one type of data is coming through the testing of the theories, and the other form of data which is coming through the interpretation and that understanding, description, and interpretation that is qualitative in nature, giving insight and understanding. So two types of data coming up. So most important thing is how you try to consolidate this data, and there also software is going to help you. Finally, connecting to the data integration, and you try to integrate the coherent set of data coming from the text as well as numbers. So textual analysis, some software available. Numerical analysis, some software available. So this kind of integration you have to make. So this is the movement exactly I'm talking about here. Data reduction, data display, data consolidation, data integration, and finally it is leading to data integration process that leading to final inferences. So if you look upon the literature, this stage, the stage which I have mentioned to you is is after the data collection stage. But now I'm trying to connect you with a literature review area. In the literature review section, you have to connect, that you don't have the data at all, or you are trying to search the data, which data is important, which data is not important, relevance, irrelevance. You're trying to grab that information. So what you're trying to do, you're looking upon a title of the journals, you're looking upon abstracts, and how the methodology section and how the results have come up, and how the discussion, implications, conclusion, referencing style, all these things are very important aspect for research. So there are a host of available tools to help researchers to explore the millions of articles that have been published till date. So a lot of software is available. And this can be in the form of search engines, it can be in the form of curators, or it can be in the form of databases. So all these areas, you have softwares. If you look at database, you have softwares. If you look upon search engines, you have different types of softwares. If you look upon curators, different types of softwares available. The opportunity for you people is that you have to select the best one. Some of them are costly, some of them are free, open source, that you have to understand. That is my journey to make you aware. A lot of softwares which are open source, you can use it. A lot of softwares which are not open source, you have to pay and use it. So some databases have special features that makes it easier. And let me explain a few of them. I'm not going to tell you all the softwares available in this world, but my journey is to make you aware some softwares which are very important for you. All right. So the first database you can look upon for your literature review is application connected with the Scopus. So there absolutely you'll be getting amazing database, and you can make use of this particular platform to get you aware about around 1.5 billions of references and 71 million items, and it is more multidisciplinary in nature, and it is connected to almost limited free previews are also available, and the publisher is the means that the source of this option is Elsevier. So this database is one of the database as a research tool. You have to digital tool. You have to first of all approach, and you can see that this is the way it is moving on. You have to enter into a Scopus database, and you have to be as one of the Scopus scholar. Then little time they will allow you, and after that you have to pay. If you are connected to what you would say university libraries and likewise, you don't have to worry about anything. You can easily capture almost all Scopus. Depends upon their premium, depends upon their briefcases. What kind of subscriptions you have made it, you can get it. The second type of database connected to a Web of Science, and this is also a huge bibliographic database. And you can see that around 1.4 billion in comparison with Scopus, you can see that almost that kind of billions it is coming up here. But the only difference is that these two databases are the best databases available in the world. And you can see that 100 million items are available, but you can see 71 million items. So you can almost see that the two giant bodies of software databases as WOS and Scopus publications. So you have to target more Q1, Q2, Q3. I'm not telling Q3 and Q4. If you target around Q1 and Q2 journals, I'm telling you, it will be giving you best of journal outputs through databases. And the publisher is Clarivate Analytics. Their people are doing it. So this is exactly Web of Science. Connecting to the PubMed. This is if your interest is more connected with medicine and biological sciences, that research is going on, then the database you have to approach is PubMed. And you can see that around 13 million items available, and medicines and biological sciences are the discipline connected with, and the provider is NIH, and the access option is free. So this is another software available for you, sorry, the database available for you to do that. Another is ERIC. All right. Here it's especially connected with education resource. Anything connected with education and likewise education research you are going to do, the database you have to follow is ERIC. And you can see that the US Department of Education is exactly hosting this, around 1.3 million items available, means that the articles or different kinds of data like periodicals, articles, lot of options available, research articles, cases, a lot available. So this is exactly Eric, and this is also you can follow. Another one is if you are connecting with engineering discipline, you have to follow IEEE, and it is Institute of Electrical and Electronics Engineering institution, and they do have around 5 million items. It's fully connected with engineering technology, and it is access options free, and you can definitely get access to these databases and get aware about the best of research topics, research areas, and that can be bring into the picture for your research. So this is IEE Explorer. When you connect with Science Direct, this is also you can approach. Here you can see that around 16 million items available. They have around 2,500 journals, more than that 40,000 ebooks, and these are the database you have to directly target to get the right articles, or you want to update about the literature, recent literature reviews, and likewise you have to clearly because good authors are connected with good journals, and good journals having good editors, and good editors and good authors are exactly the reviewers. When the reviewers are turned to be good, many times rejections and resubmissions will be coming on each article publication. It's not like today you are sending and tomorrow you are publishing one article. It takes around 1 year minimum for any revision and corrections and likewise. So These kind of databases you can definitely, and the journals you can definitely depend on that, and you will be getting wonderful option for research. And the publisher here in this case is Elsevier, like Scopus, Elsevier itself. So Science Direct is coming. You have to get into this and enroll yourself, and you can put any keywords which you are searching: customer satisfaction, customer delight, or productivity, performance, or anything you can consider. So another is called as Directory of Open Access Journal, Deutsch, and it is just below Scopus and what you would say, WOS and likewise. It's a mid-range exactly, I can tell you. And the provider is Deutsch, and it is multidisciplinary, and open access is free. Anytime you can download, and this is another database available. Another is Gestor, and it is also having what you would say, multidisciplinary options for research, around 12 million items available, and you can use that database for your research. And definitely you have to subscribe it, and then only you will be getting the proper articles and the keywords based articles. So you can see that if you are connected with the university, then definitely these options are available for you. Then another is connected is Biosis, and this type of database is specifically for medical. It is connected with biological information, biology, and likewise, if you're connected with that, medical and biological, and likewise, definitely Biosis will help you to get right articles and search right articles. And of course, I don't want to tell too much about it. Everybody knows about this database, which is EBSCO, which accommodate a lot of areas like books, e-books, periodicals, journals, a lot of options coming to you. When you subscribe EBSCO, you will be getting all these databases to you. So now more than ever, libraries and search organizations are looking for new ways to manage their collections more efficiently. So if this is the database section I would like to share you, then you have to know about what type of databases should I access and how do I narrow down my online research. So you have to now look into the tools you have to use to get access to this database, to download the articles, and to move on your research. So this is the question: how do I narrow down my online research? And what type of databases what type of databases I have already shown to you. I already shown to you, like Scopus, WOS, PubMed, uh, all these, Eric and like it's all these databases I have shown to you. But how do I narrow down my online research? This is a major question. Start with one database. Don't go with the many databases exactly. If your target is more biological in nature, go to Biosis. If your target is more connected with business, Procrest is good. If you're more connected, Scopus also quite good. If you're connected with more science, it goes to WOS. If you're more connected with engineering, go to IEEE. So this kind of segregation, if you can make it will be easier for you to understand. It will be easier for you to fix your studies or the search options. So narrow your search to get the most pertinent information. Getting that information is exactly most important aspect. So you have to make use of the right digital tools to get it. I'm coming back to that area. Determine which options are available to do that. Narrowing the research by only including articles within a specific date range. Take an example. If you generally go through a library, you won't be able to capture the recent literature. Systematic literature means that 2020, 2029, sorry, 2020, 2019, 2018, and likewise, these kind of data, if you want to get it, it's very tough. So the search engines and the kind of digital tools going to help you to segregate your data. And these databases specifically will allocate, okay, I want only 2020 data. They will give you 2020 articles. Take an example, you are doing a research on COVID-19 impact. You can't just take the 2020 and you'll be getting such kind of articles alone. So they avoid 2019 or 2018 or 2017, all these years they will avoid and only give you 2020 data. So this is one of the great advantage of being part of a database or getting a database in the right time based on your keywords you are searching. So you know that Google Scholar, everybody knows about this, but I may tell you that it's not connected to a database. It should not be considered. So the strong discussion is happening like Google Scholar is a database or is it a search engine? So to a certain extent, I go with the second option like search engine. It's a search engine, not as a database, because the issue connected with is that just like Web of Sciences and Scopus, to take an example, today I'm maybe 2 weeks back, I logged into a website through Google and I tried to get that information. And after 2 weeks, when I'm opening up that website, I may not be getting, and maybe they have problem with the website, they didn't pay the subscription fees or some sort of data they might have taken out from the internet and likewise, right? So getting access to once again to the streamlined data is tough. So I don't consider it as a database, but when you consider once you publish a document in Scopus or WOS and likewise, it is permanently turned to be there in the website or in the databases. You cannot delete it. So this give you concrete, concrete, what do you would say, steps towards getting the right article in right time or searching that same article and continuously can move ahead and likewise, this is exactly. So the main reason for this decision is that it lacks a stable document identifier. So identifier stable DOI, you can see that if there is a DOI is coming, rate of indexing is coming, that is permanent. You cannot change it at all. So again, through that, you can search and get that article back. All right. At the same time, it is not guaranteed that one added document will also be shown in the future research result. This is, I was exactly telling you that it's very difficult to trace it back once the website has gone. So the core feature of academic databases are missing in the Google Scholar, hence because we are not considering that. So you understand the difference between Google Scholar and other search engines now, or other databases. So Google Scholar is considered as a search engine. It is not considered properly as a database. So when you are using Google Scholar a lot, I may suggest you to move towards more database connected tools. So the top list of academic search engines or academic search tools, digital tools available, I just want to share you that information. And it is just a knowledge sharing information alone. And everybody can, some of them are free, some of them are paid. But let us understand how these search engines. The search engines connected with Google Scholar, you can see that around 200 million articles are there and abstracts available, related articles are there, references are there, cited by you will be getting, and link to useful text also getting, and export formats can be APA, MLA, Chicago, Harvard, Vancouver, RAS, BibTeX, or anything possible. So this is one database, definitely, sorry, search engine you can just try across. So this is Google Scholar, everybody knows about it. Another is Microsoft Academic. It takes a different approach and generates for each paper that is indexed an overview page that allows to easily explore top citing articles and references for the article. So here, when you look upon Microsoft Academic, you can see around 210 million articles, which is much beyond that. So abstracts, related articles available, references available, cited by, always getting that. So you get the cited authors, where is it cited, which journal it is cited, which is the style they have followed, referencing style they have followed. So you will be getting an idea about it. So this is more connected with search engines and Microsoft Academic. Another type of search engine called as Base is hosted at Bielefeld University in Germany. And that's where its name stems from, Bielefeld Academic Search Engine, Base. B, you can see that the BASE. So coverage is around 136 million articles. At the same time, we can also search across the abstract. If you want to download, you can look at the abstract first, look at whether it is suitable to my studies or the keywords are connected or not. You can search on that. And related articles, references, cited by, links to full text, and export formats like RAS, BibTeX, and likewise you'll be getting that. So this is exactly, you can see that when you go to this site and likewise you can get, and around you can see how much million documents are available. Another type of search engine called as Core. Core is an academic search engine dedicated to open access research papers. So you can see that here also they'll be getting around 136 million articles available for you to do the research. You can through these digital search engines, you can definitely capture the abstracts, related articles, journal articles, periodicals, case studies, all kinds of things available. cited by, and finally, the export formats only BibTeX. This is exactly the difference. Here it is more connected with RIS and BibTeX, but it is coming down. So you can easily assess yourself how I can grab the information, which one I should follow. Take an example, you're following a pattern of Harvard, and likewise you need to have a different type of referencing style. So which database, which search engine supporting me to get that kind of database, that you need to understand well in a bit, well before you start the research. So here another one is science.gov. It's a fantastic resource as it bundles and offers free access to search results from more than 15 US federal agencies, and there is no need anymore to query all these resources separately. You don't have to, you'll be getting everything together. They're also providing 200 million articles and reports, abstracts, related articles, references cited by, as well as full text. If you want to download, okay, possible. If you want only the abstract reading, possible. All right. They use different types of referencing style, American Psychological Association, MLA, language studies, RIS, BibTeX, and likewise, you'll be able to. So this is exactly the database you can see over the science.gov. Another type of search engine is Semantic Scholar. You are well versed with, because these are all supported by artificial intelligence algorithms, machine learning, and likewise, right? So they support you the type of keywords, the time you're searching, and you'll be getting tremendous number of articles which are closely connected to the first loop, second loop, and third loop, and likewise it is getting. And they are also using APA, MLA, all this you can search around 40 million articles available, right? So this is Semantic Scholars. Then another is the Chinese one, which is may not be Indian, may not be using, but Baidu Scholar, exactly. Here, inference is Chinese, and its index contains search papers in English as well as Chinese available. And they make use of APA, MLA, RIS, and BibTeX. So around 100 million articles through Baidu Scholar available, right? So this is exactly connected to. So different type of search engines available. And you can also go through Bookends, Citavi, Dossier, EndNotes, LitLink, Mentley, Node Control. So you can see that all are, before the data collection, you can make use of these digital tools. And you look at the supporting system like Mac support, Windows only supporting. Here, Linux, Mac, as well as Macintosh, as well as Windows supports. But you have to, when you search articles, you have to look at which are the instrument you are using. Many instruments not supporting that, so you need to be very careful on what type of. Take an example. If you go to EndNote, means that all the search engine supports, but Bookends and likewise only Mac support. So you need to understand the digital variations or tool applications on various platforms, right? So these are connected to the tools, searching the tools exactly. Now I am connecting you to what you would say common tools used for managing the references. The one which I told you to search articles, to search articles. So there exactly the one which I have mentioned around. And now I am connecting you with common tools you can use in managing the references. So a lot of software is available. Ryan is a free screening tool, Distiller, SR, Abstractor, EPPR Reviewer, Systematic Review Data, Repository, Colander, Sysref Collaborative. So you look at this digital tools available only to extract the information. So you look into Ryan software. It's 100% free web application to help the systematic review of authors. Authors create systematic reviews, collaborate on them, maintain them over the time, and get suggestions for article inclusion. Which article to be obtained, which article not. You can definitely give the programming and you can easily get it. So here, the ability to help in abstract and title screening. You don't have to read the full articles to grab the information on whether the article is connected with my research, whether the article is connected with my constructs and conceptual frames, whether it is connected with my hypothesis formation. That is exactly the matter. So these kind of tools can help you. Second one is called as Distiller SR. Distiller SR is the world's most used systematic review software. This is one of the tremendous software used by. A lot of people are using this. This is amazing software. And a better review of experience, if you do the systematic literature review, and this is one of the best, and you know that it is supported by artificial intelligence, machine learning applications, NLP applications, or deep learning applications. This is already integrated into that. You can use it. So they used natural language processing specifically, and these features are part of any AI application, and this is supporting you to grab. Take an example. You just put a single word connected to that word, all the words. Take an example. You put the word customer. Immediately, customer satisfaction, customer delight, customer dissatisfaction. Lot of things will be coming to you. It's all part of algorithms. So you try to upload the reference. You have collected the reference. You have collected that entire articles. You upload the references, create the forms, assign the reviewers, and begin screening. You can continuously monitor it and finally export the data. Another type of software used in this as a tool for referencing is Abstractor. Is a freely available online machine learning tool and synthesis by semi-automating title and abstract screening. So semi-automating title. The title, they are looking into the title and they try to grab the information and they check that whether your search is connected to the title or not. And the second one is abstract screening. Continuous abstract, they screen what are the words coming up and how the methodology, how the results, how the implications, how different parts of the body of that paper is integrated into that they capture, and you can decide on that, oh, this article is exactly coming into this. So this is one of another application, abstract checker. So here reviewer is given the option of labeling it as relevant, borderline, and irrelevant. There are three buttons in here. There are three. So the first record is then presented on the screen, including the title, abstract, journal, authors, and keywords. These are the things they are searching: abstract, journal, which journal it is, and who is the author, a number of authors, and finally it is coming into the keywords. And the reviewer is given three options in which it is a relevant paper for your study, is it a borderline, or it is irrelevant. So you can easily segregate it, and only those articles you can easily look into that. So that are indicative of relevance of irrelevance that appear in the titles. Abstracts can also be tagged. So after the reviewer judges the relevance of the record, the next record appears and the process continues. Abstractor maintains digital documentation of the labels assigned to each record, which can be assessed at any time. The decision for the records can be revised if desired. So after an adequate sample of records has been screened, Abstractor presents a prediction regarding the relevance of those that remain. So this is one advantage of this software. Another another software which we are using in the referencing pattern is EPPI Reviewer. Is software for all types of literature review, including systematic reviews, meta-analysis, narrative reviews, and meta-ethnographies. You know that meta-analysis, which we are using in quantitative research, and meta-ethnography, we are using it in qualitative research. Narrative also is qualitative research. Basically, the difference between qualitative and quantitative research, when we look into meta-analysis is more connected with quantity, and meta-synthesis, we never call meta-ethnographies and likewise instead of meta-synthesis. Meta-synthesis is more connected with qualitative research. So we are making use of this EPPI reviewer for assessing the coming up with the words which are so relevant to you, the words which are connected to your research topic and research areas. They try to segregate it out. So it is suitable for small or large scale reviews, and for our review containing maybe 1 million item and about 1 million items are getting, and likewise, it is easy for us to segregate and to create a word clouds, and likewise it's very easy for us to do that. So here, search engine, searching and screening process, first of all, connecting to characterizing studies, then finally going to data extraction. I told you data reduction. Data extraction means data reduction and data displaying, quality and the relevance assessment, and you generate the chords and specifically chords and categories here, and you come up with a thematic. This is qualitative in nature. Thematic concepts you are coming up here. Numerical synthesis means that how much percentage, how much quantifying the text data, and likewise it is happening. So these are all supported. This narrative empirical synthesis is also possible. From the narration, you generate the chords, categories, and themes can be precipitated. So this is advantage of it. Another type of referencing software is called a systematic review data repository, SRDR. Systematic review. One platform for making systematic review data publicly available is the Systematic Review Data Repository. And around 2012, it started. And free web-based open source. One of the advantages is open source and data management and archival platform for systematic review. So if you want, when you are doing the systematic reviews and likewise, right, and you want to get the referencing, proper referencing, or you want to get the data connected with proper keywords and likewise, I may suggest you to go with SRDR software where you will be getting wonderful idea about which are the articles I should be reviewed, relevant, irrelevant, and so articles. So you can definitely look on based on the quality of data which are coming from specific type of research articles. Is a relational database that allows the creation of flexible data extraction, forms for structured and data collection discord. But issue is here data collection risk or bias assessment. So always you know that when you do the research, your subjective elements will be coming into the picture. Maximum you have to avoid your subjective interventions. Most important aspect here is objective analysis of the topic, the objectives, the keywords, and the purpose of the study, whom you are going to serve, that particular kind of people searching certain type of words and likewise. So we need to incorporate it in your study. And we need to check it well in advance and streamline your studies connected to that. So this is exactly the SRDR home page and likewise you can search and you can get it. So why SRDR? Because systematic review process to get the efficiency, data quality to be improved, and absolute transparency, how you arrived at the chords, how you arrived at the categories, how you arrived at the proper, what you would say, themes. If you want to get that, then definitely you have to go through appropriate process, appropriate review process. So potential SRDR, who are the users exactly for these kind of referencing softwares and likewise, right? Uh, Funders, they will be searching, and research centers will be, independent researchers will be, policy makers will be, even patients or a lot of people are searching. Take an example, I'm suffering flu. So what kind of medicine, what kind of tablets I should have, what kind of, all kinds of search you are making, whether it is a research or any, you will be getting wonderful idea about it. All right. So this is another software you can use it. And a lot of benefits connected to creating complex extraction forms are there, and the question builder capability is there, double data extractions possible, and seamlessly saving data online, and a lot of time saving mechanism is available, printing analysis using your favorite software package possible. Another type of software tools used in this context is Colander. It's a free browser-based product, and researchers have to register. And this is during the planning phase, you have to incorporate it. So it is based on your research questions, research keywords, and you have to search across towards that. At the full-time text review, the data extraction stages, Colander uses information gleaned from the planning and screening stages to compile and display potentially relevant. I told you data reduction to be done first. So in order to do the data reduction process, you have to approach this way. Then only you can display the data. What are the data? What are the constructs I'm going to do the research, and what are the constructs I'm going to ignore? You need to have justification, and this all should come from appropriate systematic review. So here we are making use of text mining with the support of machine learning to automate the specific aspects, and the screening and data extractions will be happening, and systematic review. It can be done through, as I usually tell that it's based on the keywords you are searching and any kind of conversation happening. And likewise, based on that, you try to grab the information, that you try to grab the words connected with that, and you try to get the word cloud facilities, and you look on the projected terms, and likewise you can arrive at one fact that which are the words frequently researched by the researchers, and what kind of literature is supported by the recent literature like 2020 2019, and likewise who are the authors supporting it, and who are the authors not supporting, and likewise different types of argumentative literature, everything can be made possible through these kind of softwares. So this is some platforms I can show you. Data extraction, label view is a model training, is a relevance ranking. first stage, second stage, then model training, and finally extraction of the labels, and you can come up with the proper things. So these are exactly connected to basically your tools connected with referencing. Now I'm managing the references. Uh, this is searching. This is next is managing. It's also possible EndNote, Biblioscape, Mendeley, Zotero, RefWork. So many softwares available to you. I'm just taking you to Biblioscape first. This software is basically using for collect and manage bibliographic data, take notes while doing the research, generate citations and bibliographies. This is the purpose of Biblioscape software. So is an information managed for researchers, scholars, students, and librarians. Automatically, this software generates the citations. You just put the name of the person and year or so. Immediate level, the full information about that author, article, journal, year, volume, issue, page number, all things will be coming. If it is a book and like us, which edition it is coming, who is the publisher, where it is published, everything will be coming very fast. So that's what it is. It's called as Biblioscape. And the flood of bibliographic resources on the internet requires news. A lot of informations are available in internet. Before it goes to the book, a lot of information available as hot in the internet. Now online research is amazingly going on. So this is one way you can use it, Biblioscape. So this is the way you can look into that. All if you just put beginner and likewise, you'll be getting full information about the person exactly in this platform, and likewise you can see this is the platform we are making use of it. Another, everybody knows that the Mendeley software, and many people might have used it. And take an example, you're getting only the fact this number one when you're reading. Okay, you just cross across this word, and likewise you will be immediately getting who the author, who the easy is easy for you. You don't even have to do that. Immediate level, they will insert you the type of what you would say APA or MLA or Chicago or any kind of styles you prefer. They will allow you to enter automatically. You don't have to individually do that. You take it out. Once, take an example, the name of the person. The name of the person in the chart already. That means in the reference, but you don't have the reference. You just put it and put it in the mentally, and likewise you'll be getting immediately with the full author, but you have to connect it with the Google extension and likewise in your screen. Then automatically the extension is there. The time you're putting that data, it will be moving towards, it will be directly connecting to the full author, and which style you want, APA you want, MLA you want, Chicago you want, that style they will arrange. So you only have to take it automatically, the referencing will be coming. So it's easy for you to do referencing style. Mentally is another software, and you can annotate as you read. Ease of collaboration is most important. Easily add your thoughts on documents in your own library, even from the, take an example, the time you are exactly reviewing something, your notes, you can see that many notes are available nowadays. So you just write it on the side of your laptop, or that means in the pad, and immediately that can be traced back. If you want to get that trace back the data, and likewise of course Mendeley will support you to get that annotated. That means captions or notes or something, everything can be grabbed into that. So drag and drop files is one of the feature of Mendeley software, and desktop, this is a referencing software. It'll automatically extract and details from the document and create a library entry. You can also drag and drop folders containing multiple papers. So this is one aspect. Access your library everywhere is possible. You can see that Mendeley is using for you can see that URLs, DOI, authors, title, years, journal name, volume number, issue number, page, up to this area. You can see that Mendeley will support you. Mendeley will, so these are all connected with the journals. It's all connected with the journals and URLs, but this is more connected. Publisher cannot, but ISSN number cannot, but up to this area definitely can support you. Another is called Zotero. Zotero is another software which is easy to use tool to help you to collect, organize, cite, and share your research sources. And it lives right where your work done. And finally, this is another software you can approach, Zotero, and you can get these platforms, and you can easily put your, what you would say, which keywords you want it, and likewise you will be getting definitely n number of articles, and you can definitely search them. RefWork is another type of software available, online research citation management tool that allows you to collect, store, and manage information. With RefWorks, you can create your own database of references, export references from articles databases, share citations, and generating text citations. All these things are some of the tools available. Because of the time limitations, I don't want to explain too much, but it's all available in internet platforms, and likewise, you can try for that. Another is EndNote. EndNote is available, is managers create and manage reference list, enable search for libraries by author, keyword, and likewise. Everybody knows this software, and it is amazing software. You will be getting the footnotes, all kinds of immediate level, you'll be getting that. And references in the API format, many online databases allow the references to be sent directly into the EndNotes. So it will also be getting organize the images, graphs, and tables. So this is another thing would like to talk about EndNote. So they will help you in search online, manage the references, insert the citations, and work with other softwares together. Collaboration. Take an example. They can work. They can work with artificial intelligence, machine learning algorithms, and likewise they can easily connect with. They can help you out. So you can, if you look upon the use of the use of EndNotes, which in comparison with Mendeley, here they cannot catch up DOI and URL, but EndNotes will catch up ISSN number, but they don't catch up this. So this is the difference between these two. EndNotes can connect it to the author, title, year, journal, volume, issue, pages, publisher, and ISSN number, but they don't capture the URL and DOI. This is the difference between EndNotes and Mendeley. Is the way reference work and likewise. So this I'm trying to skip for a while, the meta-analysis. A lot of tools available in meta-analysis to use that, like Meta Essentials, Metaphor, MetaLite, and Open Meta-Analyst, Open Me Meta-Analyst, Statistical Help. Meta-analysis means that analysis on analysis. So already published data. Take an example. You would like to arrive at the findings on the findings. So all the results section, you can take it. Maybe around 300, 400 articles you have reviewed. And these 400, you take the result section of it. And that result section, you capture it into a one document. And then these softwares will support you to analyze the only result section of these 400 articles and come up with you an inference. So these kind of tools like Metaphor, Meta Distiller SR, Meta Essentials, Metaphor, MetaLite, OpenMe, Meta-analysis, all these are helpful for you. Now I am connecting to the last around, I'm taking around 5 minutes extra. So I'm trying to connect with digital tools for analysis. The digital tools, which include, it is differentiated into two. You are all aware about these kind of tools, but I'm trying to make you aware that where exactly we can use it and likewise, right? So there are quantitative research softwares available, qualitative research softwares available. So which are these quantitative digital tools we can use in the softwares available? You know that SPSS, I don't want to talk about it. Everybody may be using that, the 24th version or some sort of latest version they may be using. It has its own limitations. Now Stata is using, eView is there, SCM PLS is there, SCM AMOS is there, Rash Analysis is there, SCH, that is a spelling, RAS, Rash Analysis, and R Analysis. I just explained to you what is the Stata basically. Is basically connected with secondary data analysis, panel data analysis, and likewise when you have to. So Stata is supporting you for cross-sectional, time series, longitudinal, repeated measures, and correlated data. This is the advantage of Stata. They used to compare these economic tools of eViews with Stata. Stata is making use of all secondary data analysis. So they make use of panel data analysis. Here you are trying to connect with what you would say foreign direct investment with the consumption, and or FDI with consumption, or GDP with consumption, and GDP with investments, and this kind of data. So if you want to make use of, then you can make use of Stata. So Stata is very user friendly, and Stata has an extraordinary set of references available, and Stata has internet capabilities. So a lot of options are available in data, entering the data, exploring the data, modifying the data. managing the data, analyzing the data. These 5 options are available with Stata. So you can see that there will be, when you see that review window, results window, variable window, command window, almost the people who have make use of SPS is also aware about these kind of windows, and likewise they can make use of Stata. So a lot of strengths and weaknesses associated. Only difference is that not available in Stata structural equation modeling. You cannot make use of this structural equation modeling through Stata. That is only the rest of the thing cross, whether it is a data is a cross-section Stata. One time you are going to the field and collect the data and come back and use it, or many times you're going to the field or you're getting it longitudinal data, no matter at all can be used. So this is the second type of tool we are using is called as eViews. Is a simple tool, but flexible econometrics office. Usually we are making use of for econometric analysis, whether it is a cross-section data or it is panel data, we are making use of it. So here we perform the time series regressions, means that through secondary data, we can use the regression, means that it is leading to causation-based analysis, and hypothesis testing possible with secondary data, diagnostics possible, and correction procedures also, eViews possible. And many, it is useful for least square application, linear models application, quartile regressions, auto-regressive condition heteroscedasticity, binary choice, coin regressions, and likewise, it is helpful for you to do that. A lot of challenges, but uh, different statistical model write the expressions, and likewise, eViews is not possible. Matrix operations, it is impossible to do that, and this become a tedious task for the researcher when we are using, but is a lot of other small researchers and likewise they can make use of it. So but estimation eViews does not optimize the regression model subject to the inequality. If there is inequality constraints are coming up, then it's very difficult for you to apply economic, but at that particular time I may suggest you to use Stata in comparison with eViews. So you know these tools like structural equation modeling, and you hear there is 2 types of data coming. One is measurement model analysis, and the second one is called as structural model analysis. In the measurement model analysis, we are making use of items and the construct and its validity and reliability. So for to test that particular, and we are making use of what do you would say, structural equation modeling, because in the structural equation modeling you need to look at the measurement model first and then apply to the structure is connected with hypothesis, measurement is connected with items, and the scales with the construct. So this is exactly the point of view. Here we are making use of what you would say PLS SEM. So where exactly we are using? We are using when the population is less, when the normal distribution is get affected, where we are making use of PLS office. It will support you. It is not a covariance model. It is more a kind of variance. But like covariance-based structural equation modeling is a CBSEM is a latent variable modeling technique that incorporates multiple. So this software support you to assess. This we call it as the constructs, latent variables we call it as concept, and this is the questions we are asking exactly, and how these items are connected, how the items are closely connected with the constructs that we are measuring through measurement model. But you look at, this is outer circle, this is exactly connected to measurement model, and this one in inner level, these major 2 constructs which are connected, this is IV and this is DV connection, which is called a structural model. So structural model analyzed through the hypothesis testing, and the items connected with the constructs we are measuring through the other platforms like measurement model. So PLS is one variable available for you to do that. So I'm not going very deep into that. You know that software pretty good. Another is AMOS, wherever, see, PLS is where we are using for prediction, estimation, and likewise. But AMOS, we are trying to make use of model fit. So different types of tests we are making use of in model testing is chi-square, that means AIC, CAIC, RAMSIA, goodness of it, GFI, then CFI, TechCAHCET. So all these tests we are that is supporting to assess whether the constructs and the items are good enough to go to the field. Is it fit enough into the model? All these things are checked by. So they will be assessing goodness of fit index, adjusted GFI, IFI, and there are cutoff points, you have to check it. So this software will help you. And there is, you can see that this table you will be getting at the time of Amos, and likewise you can see the cutoff points over here, and you can see what is you got it, and you can make a comparative analysis whether the fitness happened or not. So SEM software is different softwares available, different digital tools available like Lisserel, EQS, MOS, M+, SAS, all are supporting you. This software is basically connected with rash analysis. It is specifically for items which are measuring the right, the measurement and the items are closely connected or not. This is the checking they are doing. And this is one of the best software you can use for measurement model analysis. And of course, people are using it. Maybe it is connected to stochastic modeling, mathematic modeling connected to the items and connected to the measurements and the scales. This type of softwares are using. And the last is R analysis. You may be aware about this software. Is more connected to the application of regression application exactly. So here you're trying to make use of the languages to come up with that. The advantage, what is the difference of R analysis and other? It is an open source. Anybody can use it and it is free of cost. And a lot of undergraduate students, graduate students, everybody making use of this software, and it is easy to, and it is supporting with this no AI support also can be made possible. So it is possible to interface the procedures of C, C++, Fortran languages, and a lot of option. Nowadays, the world is moving with R analysis in comparison with other softwares and likewise. So it's an open source. If you learn it, amazingly, you can use it. A lot of advantages are connected with R. And last 2-3 minutes I'm taking, which is more connected to qualitative research softwares, digital tools. I may connect a lot of softwares available, but best around 5 to 6 softwares I can tell you, which is using in qualitative research. If you want to take an example, you get interviews data, you get a lot of contents coming from websites, a lot of data coming from periodicals or blogs or anywhere, even Facebook or Twitter or LinkedIn or any social medias. You want to extract the data, it's very tough for you. That particular time, these kind of softwares are supporting you. And one of the best softwares in qualitative research is NVivo. And you can integrate the advantage of NVivo is that you can connect it with notch, you can connect it with surveymonkey.com, OneNotch, everywhere you can connect it. And not only can you use this software for qualitative analysis, by doing literature review also you can make use of, but only thing is that bit costly. Another software is Atlas. I got a personal training on this Atlas, and here I have got the videos, audios. You have around 1 hour, 2 hours of video available, and you don't want these 2 hours of video. Only little portion of it is sufficient to extract it. You can edit it and finally extract it. A lot of possibilities connected with Atlas software, and it is also qualitative research software, coding, categorizing, theme building, extraction of contents, everything possible through this one. Max QA, it is existing long back itself. This kind of software is easy to code and manage data. Visual tools allows projects to merge, and it's possible to link documents, can generate the word frequency data, and likewise. Next is QDA Miner. This software is free with limited functionality. It is possible to import and export documents, allows comments to be added, and use Boolean text, which is connected with, take an example, you are searching hotel industry, and you are connecting with, take an example, Taj Hotel, Taj and hotel, and Taj, okay, data and software. Likewise, two words when you have to relate, and likewise, that is called as Boolean text and research, Boolean text researchers, and likewise, this is one of the good software we can use it. Another software is CureCourse, and this is also, it's possible to collaborate with others and you compare the data and try to extract the data possible. Support many international languages, not connected with one. Many languages supported. Can use a variety of sources, including PDF also, Facebook post, Twitter, LinkedIn, all media is possible. And Deduce is also another software. Like it is easy to use, and like in Vivo, enables you to share and collaborate. And the last one is called Saturate. These softwares I have a little bit interface with. I know a little bit about it, so that suggesting you people to look into these options and get ahead. And this is, I would like to tell you that a word of digital tools available, it is exactly a world of digital tools available in research, but it's your selection matters. A lot of tools available to you to do the research, but the most important thing is which tool, which referencing tool I should use, which search engine I use. That decide the game. That decide the game. If you choose a wrong digital tool, and if you try to use a different software for referencing or different softwares for capturing the abstracts and contents and likewise, it won't be leading you to do a proper what you would say research option. So understanding, first of all, understanding this many tools. I'm just telling you only maybe around 10% of the digital tool available in this world to you. Only 90% I could not be able to share you in 1 hour, right? So these tools itself is amazing tools. You can make use of it, and you need to look at which, whether it is a qualitative data or it is a quantitative data, or it is a mixed method research I'm using. If it is a mixed method research, I should have the knowledge of quanti, I should have the knowledge of quali, and I should mix up these two things. So the surface of quali, surface of quanti, and search engines of quali, search engines of quanti, and mixing. Meta-analysis, I couldn't take it too much of things to you, because meta-analysis and meta-synthesis is a major activity you will be doing at the time of your systematic literature review. And after that also, you would like to know that how the analysis is going to happen in our case. So these particular time softwares are important, and there is a great need for our Indian research scholars as well as abroad research scholars to understand these softwares and move towards, at the earliest, you move towards technology adoption. At the earliest, you will be getting the right results. Otherwise, anybody can question your output. Anybody can question your data. Once the data is questioned, your entire research has gone. So best wishes to everybody, and embrace the world of digital world of tools connected to research. Thank you so much. Have a great day.
Hello, sir. Sir, here we have some few questions.
Okay.
Sir,
Yeah, I can hear
sir,
you.
can you hear my voice? Yes,
Yeah, I can hear you.
sir. Yes, here. Suggest some search engine for good thesis. Sir, we have a question for the participant.
Okay.
Suggestions for search engine for good thesis to thesis writing.
I'll tell you this, the one which, see, what is basically a thesis? Only, do you mean that all the doctoral dissertations? Or if you want to write a thesis, the journey starts with systematic literature review. So if you look upon that, the softwares which I have shown to you, I'm just once again going to, I think I can share it. The tools I have shown you, I'm going to share you now. This, all these tools, which is search engines basically, which I have shown to you, out of which a few I ask you to select. So Google Scholar, I don't suggest you to follow. This is of course possible, that won't go into, if you are writing a thesis, most important thing is you have to go this stage. These are exactly, the databases are more important to you. When you are using, it's not the tools matters. Tools definitely you can use it in the secondary level. But first you search the database. You have to touch. If I can show you, I don't know whether I am sharing this one. Take an example. In my university, this is coming into the picture. I'm just going to share you that. In my university, if I go through my library, you just see this. Can you see, everybody? Can you see, Dr. Ishar?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Exactly. See, for a research scholar,
Excellent.
it's not the thesis matter. It's not the thesis matter. It's not the tools matter. Are you touching? Take an example. You want to go to, you are doing a kind of research on science. Okay, go to web of knowledge. Or if you're more connected with the business, go to Procast and Scopus. See, this is just a little software my university is making provision for our research scholars to, our Africa Business School is trying to connect with. Take an example, you go to, I'm just connecting Scopus. So it is automatically directed. I'm going towards that. I'm getting this platform directly. They are connected because it's already paid by my university. You say, take an example. I'm trying to search artificial. artificial intelligence, and smart universities.
Question.
I'm getting easily, I don't want to create this one, so I'm trying to search it. Easily it is going towards this. So see that. How many, if you want to use 2021, that means upcoming publication, they might have got the year, but they didn't publish. So 2020, which how many you want it? We want always limit to, or you try to exclude. So limit to means that that articles only will be coming to. So most important thing for a research scholar, for a thesis writing, it's not the thesis, it's getting the right database. Getting the right database. If you don't get the right, if you search in Emerald and you are doing in biosis, you are doing a study on medicine and biology, and you are searching more into Emerald, may not be supportive. But if you search in biosis, you will be getting, you'll be getting Science Direct. You look into Science Direct. Another option for this, all fields they accommodate exactly, including business. They try to get it. So most important thing, don't look at the option of getting the thesis directly. Build up a thesis. Build up a thesis means that identification of the right research gap connected to a reality, and that reality connected with the constructs, and the constructs connected with the proposition. Two constructs, IV, DV, proposition, and the proposition connect with the theory, and it converted as a theoretical frame. And that theoretical frame you are going to test in quanti. So that logic, if you want to get it, touching the right database is first thing. Second, getting the right tools. So in the second part of database research once over, this is the first journey. Second part is connected with the tools I have mentioned to you here. You need to look at the referencing, search engines, etc. Here you can follow Google's, other than Microsoft Academic is there, base, but it depends upon, this is connected, more connected with certain type of databases. So you need to check on which type of databases they are supporting. And here you need to come up with that. Semantic Scholar is one amazing, I have usually experienced with this. I have not used at all since it is Chinese software. I didn't use it at all. So this is most important aspect. You have to connect with right search engines with right database. That's the journey of a research scholar for a PhD. Right, Ishad?
Yes, Dr. Dilip, sir, we have one more question. For
Yes.
tourism marketing and consumer behavior,
Hmm.
which qualitative research tool is best?
You know one thing, any research, any research beyond tourism, you look into anthropology, cultural anthropology, you look into psychology, you look into sociology, study of groups, you look into anthropology, study of culture, you look into psychology, study of individual human being. Anywhere you take into example, everything is coming through interviews, protocol based interviews. At the same time, this interview, when you get it, which we call it as primary data, whether it is a tourism, take an example. Recently, I can show you one paper if I have the time, Irshad.
Yes, sir.
Uh, mental health. This is a recent paper which is accepted in a Q1 journal, and phenomenological investigation on the lived experience of jobless employees in hospitality and tourism sector. You know that the COVID-19 impact has created very big issue in tourism and what you would say, tourism and hospitality sector. So my study is focused into these two sectors where jobless people are there. So what is your question is what type of tools I can use, correct? So here I have used, see, content analysis is one, and after this content analysis I have come up with a lot of interviews. So the second one is interview tools, and when you do the interview, see that the extracts coming in this way. Likewise, you look, this is the interview extract coming from the people who lost the job and they're using drugs and they're using alcohol, sitting at home, no job, no food. This is the situation. And you are getting a lot of categories, and the categories will be leading to. So, which tool I have used it here? I have used in vivo. I have used in vivo. So it is wonderful, one of the amazing tools used by the my co-investigators, and they have given these categories, all these things, and finally come up with the themes. And you look, This is the way we have to come up. When you do the tourism studies and likewise, we need to come up with, we need to come up with a model. This is called as thematic modeling. This is the end of your thesis. So here, mental health challenges only one factor. There is no IV, there is no sub-IVs and likewise moderating, mediating, nothing. Only one factor we are studying and we are looking upon these factors. Searching these factors is most important. So searching these factors, search engine tools are important, where you have to get first of all secondary data which are coming from already existing tourism qualitative research. Second, you have to do the primary data analysis, means that go to the field, collect the data personally. Before you do the research, do some pilot studying, pilot interviewing, extract the content, and both secondary and primary data should be supported at the time of your proposal defense. Then it will be moving towards extensive study. All right. So major tool used is you can make use of Atlas as well as in vivo. This is a precise answer for you.
Thank you, sir, for your lovely answer. Here we have one more question.
Hmm.
Suggestions regarding review tools for reviewing the articles, sir.
Suggestions for
Review tools, reviewing the PhD articles, research papers.
okay, research articles, still it is going back to database. If you want to review, take an example, it depends upon your area of interest. You have to move towards these kind of softwares exactly. Just connecting to that. Okay. All right. I just going to get it. Okay. This is connecting to. This is more connected to e-resources. You can see here. This is my answers connected. It's not exactly the matter of papers. I may suggest based on the sector area. Take an example, if it is psychology, there is no meaning in going in certain type of journals and likewise. So if you connect with Emerald, Scopus, and WOS, they cover a lot of journals. Sage having very good journal collection. So most important thing is when you have to do the research, every researcher has to go through this process. Take an example, entrepreneurship. You're doing a study on entrepreneurship. The first aspect is which who are the best 50 authors of entrepreneurship? Who are the best 50 authors in entrepreneurship in the last 5 years duration? They have published their data. This is the first search. Second search, these authors, once you get these authors, you automatically come to know that which are the best journals where they have published. You cannot see that authors in hanky-panky, easy publication journals. You can see only either in Science Direct databases or Web of Knowledge or Scopus or Elsevier. I don't even see it suggest ProQuest, but these journals, Sage, Willis, Emerald, uh, Scopus, Web of Sciences, when you connect, so you can see the n number of journals are listed in either Scopus and maybe some of them having both. So we need to target such kind of journals to get it. So search engine wise or subscription wise, you have to connect with uh, for the reviews and likewise content analysis and likewise. I don't suggest you to go to any kind of hanky panky databases. Only one database you focus. And if your area is more connected with tourism, go to Emerald. A lot of tourism review is a tourism management. Recently, I have published an article on in International Journal of Culture, Heritage and Tourism. There is a journal, Q2 journal. It is service quality, and it is linked towards intention to revisit to certain tourism locations and like this. I recently published one paper that is in 2020 March, and you can just Google it out. You can get it. But what I'm telling you is that you need to connect with the database. Database only can help you to get the right journals, and that right journals only can give you the right authors. If you don't have first 50 authors, the best authors in your thesis, if your thesis is coming over to us for evaluation, we will reject immediately. We will reject immediately because the authors in the expert area has not been cited by you. Take an example. If I'm into the field of mixed method research, and you're doing a mixed method research, means that if you don't quote my name into that, definitely I will be objecting that because books available. If you take an example, Creswell. Creswell is one of the major person in what you would say mixed method research. If you don't quote that person inside and you are writing a mixed method research, it's not valid at all. So first of all, we need to look at if it is a tourism, if it is entrepreneurship, if it is more connected with artificial intelligence. Look at the 50 authors, best 50 authors. Just trace them, and you will get all the best works and don't have to incorporate other articles. Right? I hope you understood
Yes,
the way of search.
sir. We have one more question, sir.
Okay.
Uh, which tool is best financial market research?
Market research.
Yes, sir. Financial market.
In financial market, see, you know one thing. Basically, now R is going on. R analysis is applying a lot, and the different softwares also depends upon. Nowadays, the financial analysis, it's all secondary data in nature. You can use data or R with the support of Python. You can make use of. Take an example of pricing decision. Skewed pricing is there, penetrating pricing is there, competitive pricing is there, how they are connecting to the pricing model, and you have to look at the trend analysis on it, or these kind of things. You look upon the time series exactly how the timing of these different kinds of pricing and likewise and different types. These kind of things, Stata is quite good, or you can use R analysis. These are the two available best softwares you can use it. EV is more connected with secondary data analysis, econometric modeling, and likewise it is coming into the picture. So you have to learn specifically programming. You have to know about R analysis and financial, especially now mathematics modelings are coming into more financial data analysis, stochastic modeling or Q's theories or game theories, and likewise it has more applying into that. So these softwares will be helping you a lot. I may suggest you to go with data science and application of uh, financial softwares like Stata is supporting you, secondary data analysis, EView is supporting you, R analysis supporting you.
Yes, sir. Sir, we have one more question, sir.
Mm.
So, whether do their thesis get rejected because of improper applying of tools?
Yes, immediate rejection. Last day I rejected one thesis from Vinayaka Mission University. I received a thesis. Today I have received it. Tomorrow I send it back. And I made it very clear to the the supervisor that unless and until these things are corrected and do the data collection, next data collection process, ensure that all these things are there, then I'm not going to review further. And I expect that the thesis should come back to me and I will review it once again. And then only the thesis can be moved on. Very important aspect is take an example of qualitative research. Very important, which software you have used. Take an example of quantitative research, which software you have used. And they're looking upon, take an example, they're looking upon your sample size. Oh, sample size is 196 only. Oh, it is very less sample size. Why you have used SPSS? If the sample size is less, the chances of non-normal, that means normality, changes in the normality or changes in normal distribution is happening. Either skewed data, positively or negatively skewed data is getting, then we have to get that measurement model corrected. So if you want to use the measurement modeling, of course, PLS or MOS should be there. So your intention is for estimation or prediction, okay, PLS. If your intention is model fit and then going for causation, then it is connected more with MOS. So are you using covariance model or are you using variance model? How that differentiation is, everything will be looked into at the time of thesis evaluation. Now I'm seeing in Indian theses, this is the difference you should understand. We don't want 250 pages analysis. Indian thesis full of analysis and unnecessary tables and graphs. It's not to show that I did a graph. That is important. And the most important question is, why did you incorporate that graph into your thesis? How you have incorporated that graph and the table in your discussion portion? Why that graph is relevant? So it is not exactly producing as many number of hypotheses. Take an example, if you have 10 hypotheses with you, 10 into 4 or 10 into 3, around 30 tables you have to generate. Means that model fit, R square and adjusted R square, coming to the ANOVA, F ratio to be there, coming to the beta and the path coefficient, and you have to show the t-test. So 3 tables will be coming for one hypothesis. And these three tables into 10 hypotheses, 30 tables should be there. And interpretation, so much space is going. So one graph, one pictorial graph is sufficient enough to tell what is the path coefficient, what is exactly the prediction. This is sufficient. That's what we are using PLS, structural equation modeling, or AMO structural equation modeling. We are getting how the items are connected with the construct, which are the endogenous factors, which are the exogenous factors, and how this inner model is working, how the outer model is working, how it is connected. Everything we can just one page we can see that, just one page. And why you are showing us this 30 page and ask us to read and give you the report? Not required. So I may suggest, instead of using SPSS, all these research scholars in this platform now, I may suggest you to make use of AMOS or PLS. That's for management people. For the econometry people, I may ask them to use eViews. For secondary data analysis, financial, or any kind of time series or some sort of things coming up, definitely you have to use data. And if it is more connected with qualitative, I may suggest you to use in vivo. And mixed method means that you try to integrate these two, and it should be there in the thesis. Why you are using it's not just using it. Tell us the justification why you have used PLS and why you have not used PL AMOS. AMOS is much rigid software, precise software in comparison with partial least square. But partial least square is easy to use. But why you used PLS and why you have not used AMOS, justification, to be there in chapter number 3 of your thesis, the last portion, data collection, data analysis part. So as the participant asked, I may suggest you need to have clear-cut justification on every sentence you have incorporated into. This is called as academic writing. I used to give this training on academic writing. So what should be there in the chapter number 1? What should be there in the chapter number 2? What should be there in the chapter number 3? We have a clear-cut structure, clear-cut structure. And anything violates, take an example, if you try to pose your research gap in chapter number 2, that is a problem. If you try to write any hypothesis in chapter number 1, that's a problem. If you try to pose your hypothesis in chapter number 1, it's a problem. So a lot of things to be strictly demarcated. So this is the answer to you. Everything, including digital tools used to be there in the thesis with justification, supporting evidence. Dr. Ishan.
Yes, sir. Sir, one last question, sir.
Sure.
Most of the Indian PhD thesis probably got rejected because of reviewing editing part of the PhD work, sir. And how do we go across that? And
I'll tell you, Ishan, Dr. Ishan, I'll tell you, I am the PhD thesis evaluator of 28 universities, out of which around 16 universities in India. Annamalai, Alagappa University, or Bharatiyar, Bharatidasan. Take into any university near to South India or a lot of universities in North India, and the external evaluator. I can in my LinkedIn you can see that. But the situation is that our thesis is not in par with expectations. Not in par with expectations. Most important thing is no research gap. The first question asking to everybody when I'm looking upon a thesis is, where is the research gap? What knowledge gap you are trying to fill up? It's not the use of digital tools matters. It's the matter of gap. What knowledge people don't have, the stakeholders don't have. And that knowledge related construct there in the thesis or not. Once you connect that construct based on this research gap, by linking the proposition, you are trying to fill the gap. No gap, no problem statement at all. How to write a beautiful problem statement? Nobody knows it. Nobody knows it. I think I'm going to take a session by Special Minds, maybe by the coming days. One session is going. They want to do it in 4 hours, 2 hours, 2 hours in Saturday, Sunday. I think it is coming in August. I'm going to start from identification of the topic to finalization of the thesis. I'm going to talk about it. And this, I can tell you that a lot of time it is rejected. Why? Because of the scientific reasons, because of general reasons, because of journal reasons, and because of language. Even myself, I'm a professor. Of course, If I want to write a paper and I want to send it to good journals, I give an English professor to correct it or native reviewers. I'm not perfect in this world. I'm not perfect in this world. I have to get their touch. And the way they look upon things is very important. And they make it as beautiful paper exactly. So I don't care because we are researchers, but we are not English professors. It's okay. But based on English language, they are rejecting. Second, scientific reason. No research gap. Instruments, fake instruments, they have not done proper measurement model analysis. And the analysis chosen for larger population is wrong. Take an example, they're ending up with correlation. They never go for a regression. And then using regression also low prediction. Take an example, you have 10 hypotheses. 2 hypotheses only successful, means that supported. 8 hypotheses not supported. Question is, why you did the literature review then? How you get the constructs which are incorporated into the frame which is relevant to your study? Means that 8 hypotheses rejected and only 2 hypotheses accepted. Now you cannot do anything on that thesis. That particular time, instead of looking on mono method, we have to look on multi-methods. Means that integration of quality and search the right reasons. We call it as mixed method research. So a lot of times, scientific reasons with which it's rejected. Methodology wrong, tools wrong, population wrong, design wrong, philosophy wrong, implications wrong. A lot of sites we have to. So these are the factors one has to take care of. The most important aspect is research gap. That's what rejection happening. There is a need for such kind of studies to be conducted. That studies, hundreds and thousands of studies available in the market, and you are adding up one more. Why? Means that somebody vomited already, and you take that vomit and have it, oh, very tasty, and you also spit it out. Is it the research? Is it the research? So some research areas have not done so far. Very difficult to get that areas. That's what we are looking upon the research gaps. The best problems are already researched. The best problems are already researched. So when they did the research, what are the weaknesses of the past research? And that's we call it as research gap. If you don't understand that inconsistency, you are not doing anything good or good to the stakeholders. You're not filling any gap. So it can be methodological gap. It can be theoretical gap. It can be policy gap. It can be practical gap. It can be methodological. It can be technological gap. It can be social gap. It can be legal gap. Where exactly you are finding that this knowledge is not researched by anybody, and first time it is implemented, first time it is coming out, and it needs to be looked after by the CEOs of the company or CMOs of the company, CTOs of the company. Tell it out, they follow you. This is the problem with us. There is no connection between stakeholders and us in academia. Right? This is because of that they reject your theses. And it is quite common nowadays. Indian thesis, it tends to be a big problem now. Right? I hope you have understood.
Yes, sir. Sir, here we have one more last question, sir, with which we'll
Okay.
wind up. Sir, inconsistent your statement, how to get rid out of the problem of plagiarism, sir, in research?
Lot of softwares. A lot of softwares. Take an example. Don't you feel that I don't have a plagiarism when I'm writing papers? When I'm getting a content, I'm getting it and keeping it as I said on the left side. And without losing that content meaning, I'm writing it on the right side. Means that I have to do paraphrasing a lot. When you take the same content and put it in your paper, it's fully plagiarized. That's what Turnitin software is, Authenticate software is. I believe Authenticate software is much better than Turnitin. Turnitin, you can program it. But Authenticate will tell you, you took at the time, which time you have taken it. Is it a sunny day or rainy day or twilight? And how many words you have taken? And how many syntax you have taken? Phrases, everything they will calculate and give you a 90% plagiarism. So by looking upon that, how you can call yourself as an original researcher or it's an original research paper? Impossible. So what we have to do is that it doesn't matter, first of all. You gather all information on the left side and keep it ready. And one by one, except definitions. Don't touch the definitions. You don't have any right to change it. When you change the definition, psychometric property of the construct is changing. Don't change it. Don't change it. Except definitions. Rest all you can paraphrase it. So paraphrasing is important aspect. Many times research scholars cannot do. There are a lot of people to do that, help you that. But when you read that, did the same meaning translated or transcribed or not? That's only you have to check as a research scholar. All right? Important. The plagiarism should be below 10 percentage. If it is a Q1 journals, below 5 percentage. If it is a Q1, below 5%. Q2, 10 percentage. They may tell you 30%, 20% allowed, and likewise, at the time you send it, immediate rejection will be coming. So make it as a practice. 10% and below, always the plagiarism. It will be helping you. Sophies, Turnitin, and Ithindicate. There is a software called as Ithindicate. That means extreme level, it gives you where exactly you have taken and which URL it is. And is it a student paper? Is it a faculty paper? Is it a journal paper? Or is it a book? Or is it an ebook? Everything they will tell you. So this world is really, really, really run by technology. It's not like 20 years back we were doing the research. Hence, because my first PhD in 2006, around 14 years back, and I was using a tool of software, SPSS, 12th version or 13th version at that time. Now it's 24th version. Still, it is not acceptable to the because extreme level of standard errors coming in SPSS in comparison with PLS. So what I did was I did the second doctorate. And when I did the second doctorate, I took only 2 years to complete it. Means that all digital tools, all databases in my fingertips, and all plagiarism checking tools, everything. And I don't want anybody to guide also, but a professor is ready to guide. Definitely, it's a Fulbright scholarship happened in Netherlands. So I did it from Netherlands, the second doctorate in business administration. And when I did it only 2 years, I got the degree in 2.5 years. So I'm telling you, it's the database, the one which I'm showing to you here. This matters. I'm just sharing you. Uh, I'm just sharing you this one. You can see that. Okay, share. You can see this. This matters a lot. One side database, second side search engines, and the third referencing tools, and the fourth extraction tools. Extraction tools. If you don't correlate all these things together, survival is very tough for you. So recently, I have barred a university from Tamil Nadu because of corruption, extreme level of corruptions. Now I wrote a letter to the vice chancellor. No more I am going to take up thesis from you people. And when I looked upon the thesis, I come to know that I don't want to disclose this university, and I come to know that the full text I have read somewhere. I read somewhere. And I asked, I want to get the soft copy. I wrote a letter to the examination section back. I want to get the soft copy. And I checked the soft copy. Around 70% of the data coming from other theses. You think about it, how the thesis is moving in our beloved nation. So then I wrote a letter that this is around 70% plagiarism. It is coming from this thesis. And I feel that I won't be able to. I didn't tell anything, what do you would say, disheartedly to them. I told them that, sorry, I am taking myself back from this evaluation of this thesis, find out somebody else to evaluate it. After that onwards, second letter I send it to the vice chancellor. No more I am going to be an evaluator of your thesis, evaluator in your university. So this is the answer to your question. Important, very important. When you write articles, when you write research papers, when you write a book, anything you write, make it a practice 10% below. Because 10% comes up because sometimes numbers taking up, are, is, these kind of small words are taking up. So it's okay. Definitions, don't touch it. Right? That's all for your answer.
Thank you so much for your lovely presentation, sir.
Thank you
uh,
so much.
I
You too.
I express my sincere gratitude to Professor Dilip for accepting our proposal, sharing in-depth perspectives and experience on the topic digital tool for academic research, International FDP on emerging innovative trends in the pedagogy of quality research paper writing and publishing in top-notch journals. I request all the participants to stay connected with us. Professor Dr. Anish Gupta from Amity University will speak on do's and don'ts for preparing research articles. We'll resume back tomorrow by 11 a.m. sharp. Thank you. Thank you so much for your cooperation.
Thank you. Have a great day. Bye bye.